What is happening, everybody? It's your boy Troy, and this is the Men's Mental Health Tuesday because I slacked yesterday. Um, we had a show on Sunday that reran later than we wanted to. I was up, later than I wanted to, editing photos. So I needed a mental health break. I needed a mental health day. I needed to just kind of recoup. I had a lot going on at work. Needed to be in at work at like 5:30 this morning. So I was like, you know, just needed a night off. And yeah, so we were supposed to have my buddy Paulie on from New England Undercoating, but I haven't heard from him. So it looks like I'm gonna fly solo. So in the comments, I believe, or in the post on Facebook, there should be a link in the description. Yeah, so there's a link in the description if you wanted to come on the show, like you're more than welcome. I know it's, super last minute. It's Tuesday and everything's all fucked up, but I figured at the very least I would run at the very least a short episode and kind of just shoot the shit, kind of just talk about, where my head's been at, what I've been up to, what we've had going on. The what was it? We missed 2 weeks in a row. Goddamn. So I don't know. I don't remember what happened the first Monday. Um, oh, I wasn't feeling good at all. I felt like crap. I went home from work early, like I was just feeling like dog shit. So I took a night off. And then the yesterday, obviously, recouping from the show. I am old these days, so like it's not that easy for me to bounce back from a show and being up until 2 o'clock in the morning. Like that's just not how my life operates anymore. So like I wasn't 100%. I wanted to give everybody that actually watches this, 100%, and I wanted to make sure that like I'm giving everybody what I got. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm here tonight, and that's why we're gonna do this tonight. So, um, I mean, let's start with work. You know what I mean? Work's been exhausting. Um, I For those who don't know, I run a parts department for a dealership. And right now we're currently undergoing a data management system conversion. So we're switching companies, we're switching everything. So the pressure has really been on, especially the last couple weeks, to like make sure that the parts department is actually in order and make sure everything is as copacetic as it possibly can be before we start doing this, because once we start, there's no stopping. So it's like all gas, no brakes. So I've been like super stressed trying to get that situated and trying to get that figured out because I mean, let's face it, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. Um, and making sure, oh, excuse me, making sure that things are where they're supposed to be, making sure that things are priced appropriately and at the price levels that they should be is daunting, especially when you're working with, a third party or an outside company. So, I mean, that's kind of been the gist of it. Yeah, last night was the data conversion night, and today was go live day, and there was a lot that needed to get done going up to the go live point. And I definitely dropped the ball on like making sure some of that stuff was done. So I paid for it by going in early this morning and making sure that it got done. And it's been a long time since I've seen the sunrise. Normally it's you know up and running by the time I'm up and running, Um so yeah, so today, I mean today was a fucking day. Um besides getting there at 5:30 in the morning, I had to I had to go pull parts off of ROs and make sure that like we had a way to keep track of those parts and make sure there was a way that we could rebill them once the new work repair orders and work orders get created. So between two departments, I would say that there was probably close to 40 or $50,000 worth of like parts that needed to be removed and tracked in order to make sure that we can rebuild them. Um, so it's been an absolute fucking nightmare. And today, like, I mean, today was a typical like go live day after like one of these conversions. Everything's a mess, everything is chaotic, nobody knows what they're doing, nobody knows what way is up, and everything is taking 30 times as long to do. And so with that being said, I mean, I feel so bad. We had to like, for example, I had this guy sitting at the back counter that I was processing a simple return, like a return for a wrong part, and then ordering the right part. So like you would think that one could do that on like one invoice. You know what I mean? Do the return and then process the new order and then either credit or debit the difference. You know what I mean? So ooh, I feel like somebody just walked in my front door. Hey, can you sorry. I think somebody just opened the door and closed it. Can you like all right. That was fucking weird. I definitely heard the hinges and was that upstairs? Were you in Tatum's room? Oh, okay. Um anyways, so yeah, today I mean we had this guy at the back counter and typically you would do all of that in one process and one invoice, but I had to do it in two and like I'm learning a whole new system. So this poor dude's waiting in the back counter for like 15 minutes for what should have taken like 45 seconds. So everything that could have went wrong did. I mean, like we have parts that are going out the door that are priced at wrong levels for wholesale customers. We've got I mean, it was absolutely insane. Um I mean, on the plus side, a lot of one-off and oddball shit happened, so like it kind of helped us on that front and like making sure that like when we run across these kind of situations, we're better equipped and we kind of know what we're dealing with and know how to handle it. So it was a stressful day running around, talking to a million different people, getting million different forms of information, and it was mentally exhausting. So like I feel like this show tonight kind of like needed to happen. You know what I mean for missing yesterday. So but yeah, I mean outside of that, I mean everything else has been good. The weather, thankfully, I mean, it was getting nice. It's been fucking dog shit freezing this week. But we're getting into softball season, so like a lot of softball nights, which I'm excited for. The kids love softball. The kids love playing outside in the fields. So it's just all around a good time. Oh goodness. I cannot stop yawning. I am absolutely exhausted. Like I said, I was up at, 4:40, 4:45 to be to work at 5:30 and it's kicking it's kicking my ass now being in my 30s. I can't do that like I used to. Like I look back at some of these jobs that I've had, like Duncan, which was like honestly my most mentally taxing um job. I fucking hated that place and I absolutely needed that place to survive at the time that I worked there, but like god, I fucking hated that place. And that place almost like destroyed me in ways that like I wouldn't even think fathomable for a fucking fast food joint. But I mean, I used to be a finisher at Dunkin', which like you go in at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I would work like three to threes on a regular almost every day and did it without even be like I would go out after work or I'd like, you know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't tired at all. Would love to take a ride out there once my motorcycle is done. Yeah, dude. I mean, Connecticut's nice. It's expensive as fuck and it sucks in that aspect, but like there's some really nice scenery, especially if you ride motorcycles. Like we've got so many different state forests and different different places that you can go and like just get different types of scenery. Like you have your you have your cityscapes and like all of your major cities. Then you have like the back roads and state forests and all sorts of stuff. And then like towards the shoreline, you've got like all the beaches and like all of the all of the fun towns and the port towns like Mystic and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty dope. Um outside of it being ridiculously expensive. And in case you ever do travel to Mystic, it's also fucking expensive. But it's really nice. Um just don't go to Mystic Pizza. Whatever you hear about that place, like just don't listen to it. Mystic Pizza is actually trash. In case you know the reference, I don't whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's nice. You get to experience like all four seasons, but like at the same time, like you experience the brunt of all four seasons. Oh, it's it's Macho, my boy. Yeah, dude, you definitely gotta come out this way. I'm not gonna be on two wheels. I will likely be on four. But we can fucking nah, I love Mystic. Nah, put me on bros. Yo, I mean, so I don't know. This is a controversial topic, especially in the area that we are in, but Al Mayo does Al Mayo does these food reviews on Facebook and Instagram and shit. And he like goes around and like puts people on to like some of the crazy spots and some of the good spots and some of like the overhyped ones. So like he's super controversial because he just tells it like it is and people just don't care to hear that. But when it comes down to like the actual reviews, like everything that I've seen and every all of the ones that I have tried that he's reviewed have all been like on point. So like I'll send you like his Instagram or his Facebook. And I mean he's definitely a good spot for, good place for a good guy for food spots. Been trying to get him to come on the show too, but that's a tough one. But yeah, I mean it's nice out here. Rhode Island's dope. I'm a sucker for Newport. Um love Newport. That's where me and Haley got our maternity pictures with Layla done. Um, and it was so cool. Ugh. Our photographer at the time, Jill, was like chomping at the bit to like get us, get pictures of us like whenever she could. So like we were like kind of bouncing ideas off of her, and we went to Newport, and that was really the first time that I got to like experience Newport because I've been like I've had to drop off like classmates from school in Newport, but like and I've had to like deliver parts to Newport, but like I've never I never really like experiment, or like get to like explore and get to the real feel of it. And we did, and it was really cool. Um Super dope. Just a little bit. I felt really out of my element. The Newport Cliff Walk. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. But we went to these like massive rock walls. Um, I don't I don't know where I don't know where exactly we went, but like there was like some really like historic old-timey buildings and like we were right on the water, like the where the breaks are. Um yeah, I don't know where I was like geographically, but yeah, Newport was fun. I've been trying to go back sometime, but like we have family that live in other states. So when we get vacation time, it's like kind of we kind of prioritize, we alternate families. You know what I mean? One vacation we'll go see, her parents down in Texas, and then one vacation we'll go see mine down in Georgia, and then it's we alternate, and they come up here, so it's fun. But you know what I mean? It gets kind of tough to like go and visit the smaller destinations like that are around you when you have that time off. and being and having a full-time, 40-hour a week job and then running a photography business on the side, and we're getting into like photography season. You know what I mean? It's tough. So like I spend most of my time either with my family or I'm working. So, getting out is tough, but I definitely want to go um back out that way. It's really nice. Super nice. I had pizza at this one spot that was like really dope. We ended up sitting, I was at a rotary, I think, and we ended up sitting like on some old ass or right next to some old ass train tracks. I don't know, this shit was cool. It's good pizza. Not better than Connecticut's though, because Connecticut pizza is significantly better than any other pizza on the planet. Argue with your mama. like don't so thank you. I appreciate that. But I mean, honestly, like if it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like Haley's down for to help me with the show. She's down to help me with photo shoots. She's down to, if I've got a jet, she holds things down at the house, which like I mean, if it wasn't for her being around, like the shit wouldn't happen. So like more props to her for being able to like handle and deal with like everything that I do to try to make a successful business, you know what I mean? Something to like pass on to the kids and something to like, you know, a legacy because you know what I mean that's the whole point, right? Like we're trying to we want to leave a legacy for our kids. We want to leave something for them to, always look back and remember and, you know, understand the drive and the time put in and the time it takes to like build something like that from scratch. You know what I mean? It's once it gets to a certain point and like I've been at that point. Once it gets to a certain point, like you either shit or get off the pot. So what I mean by that is, I this is what I want to do. So like I'm either just gonna continue to, pussyfoot around and beat around the bush, or I'm gonna do this. So I mean that's what we did. And since then it's been super successful. Everything's been going great. I mean, we all have our shitty days. We all have our situations. I mean, I'm not saying that anything is perfect by any means, by any stretch. Um, but we make it work and we're grateful for what we have in front of us when we have it. Um, and the biggest thing is trying your hardest to appreciate like the bad times. You know what I mean? Like the times that like I hate to use this word, but character development, character building times. You know what I mean? The times that like really put your back against the wall and like um you have to make a choice. You know what I mean? And those moments and like working through those moments helps us appreciate when those moments aren't around, when they're not as invasive, when they're not as present. You know what I mean? When you're able to kind of when you're able to find the silver lining in all of the bullshit, um, it makes things easier to conquer. Just knowing that like, all right, shit might be like rough right now, but like it's not gonna be rough forever. And like one way or another, we're gonna make it happen. And like that's been our mindset, you know. Um, so I'm about to have the craziest arc then. Dude, I mean, it's true. I mean, so here's the thing. You have to work for it, you know what I mean? It's not gonna come in and just fall in your lap. Like you have to we work our ass off, you know what I mean? We do everything that we need to do in order to keep things going. We just look forward to like, all right, shit, maybe in 6 months, you know, things will be, we'll be on top of the world. You know what I mean? We'll be untouchable. Nobody can say anything that would put a kink in our armor. You know what I mean? Like that awaiting and waiting for that and being patient for that and finding the good in all of the bad that happens, the lesson and everything that happens makes you appreciate when those times are great. You know what I mean? Everything is good. Everybody's happy. We're all laughs, we're all smiles, and things are good. and you're able to like really enjoy the so cliche, the fruits of your labor, you know what I'm saying? Like you enjoy when things come to fruition, you can enjoy them properly and the way that you should. And like that in and of itself is healing on it's on multiple levels. You know what I mean? Like mentally, you feel you feel comfortable, you feel like things will, things will work out, things will prosper, and you're able to kind of navigate what used to be like treacherous, unnavigable waters, turn into, much more navigable waters. And I don't know. I try to tell myself that every time like I feel down. And I say it to Haley all the time, and I feel like one of these days she's just gonna smack me because my I go right into like, all right, let's try to fix the solution. Let's try to fix the problem, and like I'm trying to come up with a solution, and I'm trying to like I'm pulling at straws, you know what I mean? Just like what's gonna help. And I mean, I caught it the other day. Nothing is gonna help. I just need to like listen. And you know, I tell that to myself, like, all right, we're just gonna work harder. We're gonna, we'll figure something out. You know what I mean? We'll get it together. It's not gonna be a problem. And like telling myself that like I just gotta listen sometimes is huge. But yeah, I mean, we're just cruising along. I know I got wildly off topic on that one. But I say all of that to say that it's not just me. It's not just the work that I put in. There's a lot that goes on the home front. Um, that like I'm beyond thankful and blessed for and to have, and it's great. So yeah, she's been a huge help. Once we've learned a lot on like how to communicate better, and like we understand like, all right, when we're like not all right, we figure it out. And like since then, and since we've started understanding each other better, it's been, I don't know, it's been great. I think it's been phenomenal. And it helps me want to do more and want to keep pushing and want to keep on going and keep, fighting and putting in everything that I have every day to just be better than I was the day before and just keep moving forward, you know what I'm saying? So like props to her. She's the real MVP, the real GOAT in this situation. I'm just blessed to be a part of it. um yeah, dude, I mean, I'm in a good place, and it's nice. Once you allow yourself, to be in that good spot, when you understand that things might not be as loud as they once were in your life, you know what I mean? Like a lot of us are used to like hustle and bustle and trauma and like a lot of a lot of fast-paced environment and a lot of unstable and yeah, I mean, unstable is the best word. You never know what's gonna happen next, and once you get a taste of that stability, like, a lot of those people will self-destruct because, like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna bomb the ship before it gets bombed, you know what I mean? And not even giving it the chance to, like, go the distance, you know? And once you kind of allow yourself to, like, you know, be stable, be comfortable, and be in that position, it's like, I don't know, it gives you a whole new perspective and perception on life and the things that happen in it. You know what I mean? No, you're good, bro. I completely get what you're saying. It's not easy to think of the future, but as long as you can keep your mind on the goal, things won't be so bad. And she's a real one. Absolutely. I mean, and like more than a lot of people actually. Like you've been around for a long time. So I mean, you've seen like the roller coasters that was like my life. You know what I mean? Was homeless at one point. Like you were there for all of that. Um, so like you of most people understand like on a much deeper level, especially to hear me, say something like that where, we're always so guarded and we're always so like on our heels, and like we've got our head on a swivel, and we're always looking, this way and that way and checking our backs and shit. Like it's when you unclench your jaw, things start bad and good things just become sweeter. You know what I mean? Like, all right, fuck. I mean, this situation might not be ideal, but like instead of asking, why me, say why not me? You know what I mean? Like we're all built for the shit that we go through. It seems daunting at first, and it seems like a lot of traumatic experiences and a lot of trauma that needs to be addressed. But I mean, fuck, dude, once you like get there, it's like it's freeing. You have other things that you can occupy your mind about, and you could fill all the blank holes that is your childhood, because I know about that too. So there's a lot more that you can get out of life, if you just look at it a little bit different. Absolutely, dude. I mean, fuck, dude. We're going on 11 years. 11 years actually. In May is when we graduated, but I don't remember when we started. I want to say it was in 2015. I think it was in 2015, but I'm not entirely certain. But fuck, dude, you were there for when I had the black car and when I totaled it, and then I ended up with that fucking Jetta. That thing was so sick. I missed that car. But yeah, off topic. I mean, it's I've just been trying to tell myself to like remain positive and remain remain humble. But I will say I did concert photography for the first time on Sunday night. Um and I mean I fucking killed it, dude. Like I don't really care what anybody says, cuz it was incredible. I'm actually going to post the link to that session in the comments. If y'all didn't know I rap, I rap. If you do know I rap, then you know that I don't know, moderately decent. There's the link to the Facebook post. Check them out. I think they're phenomenal, especially for a first timer. It also really helped that there was like 17 people in the building. So I was able to get like really up close and personal. But either way, it was super dope. I was able to bring out the new camera. I was able to get some fucking um get some really cool shots of some like really dope artists too. I mean, I got to see Tay Fetty, which was dope. I got some like really cool clean shots of him performing. Got to see a little bit of my boy Swavsky's set. That was super dope. Always dope seeing, your friends up on stage performing. And then I got to do what I do best with one of my best pals. Um, we went and performed at Toad's place as well, and we had a great time. Kind of left it all out on the table there. You know what I mean? I was very happy with the performance. I was just super happy to be back up on stage. Um, I networked with a lot of really cool artists, a lot of really cool people, which was super dope. I love when that happens. You're following new talent and you find, new artists and new rappers and new singers, etc. And it's like, there's always a chance to collaborate with these people. You know what I mean? Whether it be shooting a music video for this guy or shooting this guy's merch line or what I mean, doing an album cover photo shoot or a single cover photo shoot. And it's just like there's so many opportunities there. So like while I might not be a rapper these days, I am still around the music industry and I fucking love it. I'll be modest. Troy's nasty at rapping. I'm okay. I'm like in this era of rap, I would be considered dog shit. I would be complete ass. Because I can't get with these new drill rappers. I can't get with like the sound just doesn't It sounds like Blueface rapping in and out of the beat and off beat and doing this and doing that and being that. Like, I just, it's not for me. But like, you want me to you want to hire me to shoot your video? I'll shoot that shit 100%. I'll bump the shit while I'm shooting the video. Whatever. I don't even care. You know what I mean? But like, I don't, I don't, I love all music, but I personally would be trash in this era of hip hop, in this era of rap. Um, I wouldn't go very far, but I can go very far shooting videos and I can go very far shooting photos. So like that's kind of what I'm going for. And I'm really excited that I get to use the pictures that I took Sunday night as like now when I want to go shoot a venue or when I want to go shoot a concert, I can send, the venue my photos and my images and my work and they'll be able to see like, okay, this kid knows what he's doing. They might be more apt to give me like a media pass, which would be sick. That's the goal. I mean, I'd love to be like NFL sideline, you know what I mean, shooting. Aaron, I'm glad you're here too, buddy. Appreciate you coming through. Um, yeah, I would love to be like NFL sideline, just shooting Sunday football games. But I mean, I'll take what I can get. Concerts are really cool too. You get to see some really dope people and really up up close. And then, hey, you might end up getting picked up by one of those people for being a dope ass photographer. Anyways, that's, I mean, where I'm thinking I'm putting the cart before the cart, the cart before the horse here. You could spit some bars if you dust off those skills. I guarantee it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When me and Spark ran our first rehearsal in like 2 years, um, I really, really thought about it. And like I think I still might. I might just drop an album just to say I did it. You know what I mean? And just because why the fuck not? You know what I mean? But I expect it or anticipate it doing anything or going anywhere? Absolutely not. Um, I have zero intention on like trying to monetize it and try to make it something. I just want something to be like, because I mean, once you put that shit out there, it's there forever. You know what I mean? No matter what you try and do. um, and like that's cool. You know what I mean? I already have a song with my boy Spark on his second album, Trichome Therapy. Um, and we performed that song, live, which is so sick. But I don't know. I'm still tossing around the idea of doing an album or doing anything of the sort. You know, feel like that part of my life and that era is like hung up. I'll still perform though. You know what I mean? I'll still do what Spark wants and what Spark needs to do for our shows and shit. But like, um, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, yo. Yep. Anyways, yeah. So rapping, I'm not entirely sure if I will ever like actually make a project or like complete a project. I'll still perform the fuck out those songs though. You know what I mean? I'll hit stages at shows and I mean I got to meet and talk with Locksmith real quick and I mean that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, things have been things have been good and I'm happy. It's nice. And I think my food is here. So I'm actually gonna cut this one short tonight. I just wanted to get up here and show my face for a minute just because I haven't in 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some grub. I'm going to hit the sack. I am fucking exhausted, but I appreciate you guys. I love all you guys. And if you guys ever need anything, you know where to find me. You know where I'm at. If you're interested in coming on the show, you know where to find me. You know where I'm at. You can comment on here. You can email me. at the mental health podcast official at gmail.com, I believe is what it is. I can triple check and verify. But yeah, email me. You can reach out to me on Facebook. Um, you know, where you know where to find me. I'm around. So next week, next Monday, back to our scheduled programming. We have Deshaun Courtner on again. That dude was great. I enjoyed his presence last time, and we're gonna start, kind of getting into some more less than surface level shit. And you guys aren't gonna want to miss that. So uh stay tuned. We will see you next Monday live at 8:30 p.m. And do I get oh, you know what? I might just do it next Tuesday because then I can go live on Facebook. So I don't know. Let me toss that. I'll toss that idea up and then I will make a post about it or something. But anyways, you will see me at some point next week live at 8:30 p.m. with Deshaun Courtner. And you guys have a great night. Peace.